This goes out to all the guys who like to play basketball in the rain with no clothes on. This is for you. I know Jesus saves. I wish he'd save us from this podcast. I know he looks after you and me, but I wish he'd take us far away from here.
Yeah. What it is, welcome to IDM Friday, episode 116, coming at you live. Now, let's turn the music down. We got a special guest on the line right now. Some of you know her as Le Bébé.
Do you have any comments on the podcast? Oh, Mylan. Hi. Say hi to the people.
Le Bébé is giving us some feedback on the podcast, so we appreciate that. I think this is her first appearance on the show.
What do you have to say to the world? Anything?
It'd be so funny if you just puked all over you.
You don't live in the microphone.
Le Bébé in the house.
Oh,
now,
next guy like Daddy.
Now, she doesn't have a lot to say. But...
We're going to move on to our next guest.
All right, you got to explain what's going on. Is this a temporary bit, or is she going to co-host the free show and the straight round? What's going on?
Yeah, this is your new co-host.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, Shorts is out. Bebe is in.
Le Bébé.
No, Mommy had dinner reservations.
Uh-huh.
She had them for a while. Her mom's in town, so we were going to do the show earlier, but we had to do it at 9:30, so we're just making it work.
Okay. All right. Cool. Hell yeah. Holla.
Dogs. Sorry.
Well, we'll try not to freak her out. We'll try to still do a normal show for you guys.
Yeah, you might have to pull the links up, though, Jamie.
That's perfectly fine. But welcome everybody to a special IDM Friday. As I said, Shorts the first time little baby Olivia making her appearance. Can I ask where did they go? What restaurant?
Oh, this only this restaurant I've been asked to go to for 6 months called Pazzo Pomodoro, an Italian restaurant that's pretty new in Ashburn. Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Oh, shit.
What just happened?
I don't know. I think. Oh, hang on. I forgot to turn the printer off. I'll be right back.
No. Okay. What's up, everybody? We got our dogs in the house. Let me give quick shout outs to our guy, Matt Starcheck, and Matt Starcheck in the house. What's up? Our guy, Ernesto Ladon. Alexa. What's up, Alexa? Richmond John, long live the LLTD. I like that. We should get a hashtag going for sure. I love that. Alexa, guest host now. Dude, Richmond John, your tweet about BDK made me laugh so hard. What did you say? It was an R rating for Ryan Coogler's new movie Sinners, but he gave it a hard R rating. I really like that. That was a good one. I love how we've tweeted Kevin a million times about this BDKKK bit, and he's just too big time to even acknowledge our existence.
Who, Kevin McCarthy?
Yeah.
I don't think he's too big time. I think it's intentional. Every year I've asked him to come on the month of Junkies.
Yeah.
The first year he gave me like some runaround, and then last year he was like, well, the Fox executives would have to approve it, and they're gonna have to listen to the show. And I was like,
wow.
all right, cool, let them listen. And he was like, but and I was like, what's the problem? Just let them listen to it.
All right, that's fine. All right, so okay, so what restaurant did you say? I think we froze a little bit.
Oh, sorry, Pazzo Pomodoro. It's this Italian restaurant I've been dying to go to for like 6 months. It's pretty new in Ashburn, but that's where they are. So it's
Pazzo Pomodoro. Now,
Mommy and Nanu.
Now, I don't know what's there are so many questions. This is a big weekend for you. You know, this is the first weekend that that your mother-in-law is meeting the baby, right? I think so. So
yeah.
So it's there's so many questions I have, but I don't want to get you in trouble. So I want you to lead the discussion when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Oathman, we got plenty of topics we can get to. We can maybe do this one time.
Well, dude, I want to start this. I want to kick this thing off with something special I got from one of the dogs. Now, you got to hold her head. Make sure her head doesn't fucking. There you go. You got it. Now, one of the dogs, one of our favorite dogs, actually, you just pulled up his comment right now. Our guy, Dave Slizot. He says, any chance they order you something to go? That's a good question.
Yeah, she is actually getting me something to go, so it's good. It's all good.
What are you getting to go?
I don't know. Like it's hard to just like a pizza or something like that. Like a Neapolitan style pizza with like calabrese, capicola,
gabagool for sure.
Yeah, gabagool, something. Yeah.
Okay. Half a Richmond John says half a chicken breast. Now you'd be lucky if
he hates the podcast as much as Mommy does.
It's okay. If you want to get her to chill out, I can yeah. Alexis,
what were you bringing up about Dave Slizot? Sorry.
Okay, so our guy Dave Slizot, Alexis says the free bread they bring to the table. So our guy Dave Slizot, I've been in talks with him recently. He's as some know, he's the only person I have in my life who shares the joy of Windy City Heat and Perry Caravello. Well, Richmond John too. Yeah. Richmond John also enjoys Perry Caravello. So Dave Slizot sent me this text the other day, completely unsolicited. I had no idea it was coming, but he got our guy, Perry Caravello, to give me some kind, warm, why is the red bat even there? Exactly, Richmond John. You got me some kind, warm, lovable, a uplifting message for me, and I wanted to share it with the dogs so you guys could hear exactly what Perry Caravello has to say about my job. All right, here we go. Now, I don't know. There may be some new listeners. This is Perry Caravello, star of Windy City Heat, the funniest movie of all time. Dave Slizot reached out to him, and here is what he has to say about me not having a job. Here we go.
Hey, David, this is Perry. Now, your friend Othello gave me some very sad news about what just happened with you. I heard that you lost your job, and I'm very sorry to hear that. You more or less, you got laid off. To me, being laid off is the same as being fired. That's my, I've been laid off and laid off and laid off, which basically means you're fired. But they like to say it the calm way by saying you're laid off. If you're going to tell me I'm fired, then tell me I'm fired.
First of all, I want to say already he's making me feel better about this. I try to tell people I was laid off, as Shorts does, but he's reminding me that it's pretty much the same as being fired. So why mince words there? All right, here we go.
But they use the term laid off so they don't have to say you're fired, and then you can collect all your unemployment money from them. That's their term. That's why they use the term laid off, which is such bullshit. But anyway, I'm very sorry to hear about you being laid off. Other than your podcast, IDM, you look to me for a great example in hard work. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. People tell me that I'm lazy, that I'm a chump, that I do this and like this is not a real job. I get thrown under the bus by so many different people, but thank you. I do work hard and I do put in a lot of effort on this stream. I don't know what you do now, but if you're looking for me as an example in the streaming industry, streaming is show business. It's not an easy business. Okay, show business of all sorts is not an easy business.
I mean, if anybody, people say I ramble a lot, but he is truly the master of rambling. I mean, what is he even talking about?
I do like it though, because it feels like he's in some way working for this money that he's been paid for this shout out.
Well, actually, I got to tell you, Dave Slizot sent me the original text, and it was 5 minutes before the deadline, and Perry sent Dave Slizot just a blurry video, 20-second video with no audio at all. And so it was like he stole the money from Dave Slizot. But then he responded. He said, "Sorry, man. I didn't have enough time. I'll make up for it. I'll get you something real good." So I can tell you, yeah, like you said, he's going above and beyond here.
Well, I mean, nothing would be more truer to the spirit of IDM than sending a video with no audio.
All right, here we go.
Whether it be streaming, whether it be acting, whether it be stand-up comedy, music, it's not an easy business, including acting and music. Two extremely hard careers to get yourself involved with. Okay? And there's a lot of crazy people out there. You're going to have crazy fans like I have. They like to mess with you all the time. Kind of drives me a little batty at it's not an easy job. So listen, Othello, I'm very sad to hear that you were laid off, also known as AKA fired.
Thanks, Barry.
But remember, always look forward to a better step at your next job or your next career that you
what was that, Barry?
What does that mean?
Oh,
dude, you know what this is? He reminds me of Chris Russell.
Oh, yeah.
You remember how Chris Russell would say like an hour's worth of words, but it really has like 10 minutes worth of meaning?
Fired. But remember, always look forward to a better step at your next job or your next career that you go for. Excuse me. It will get better. It most definitely will get better. Okay? Look, you're a smart guy, and you will land on your feet.
Pause.
And not on your...
How does he know you're a smart guy? I mean, you are. But how does he know that?
I don't know. I feel like he is running out of things to say, but he feels like he has to keep going.
You're a smart guy. You're handsome. You got a big dick. Like,
I love how the video's edited. Like there's quick cuts, but he left in the 6-second cough just to kill time.
Excuse me. It will get better. It most definitely will get better.
Thank you.
Okay? Look, you're a smart guy, and you will land on your feet and not on your noggin, meaning your head. Okay? Thank you for the kind words. You're coming to me for advice or asking for my advice. I'm honored. I really am. I'm really honored for you to come to me for encouragement, for me to put you back on your feet. Othello, I'm rooting for you to get a great job. You'll be back on your feet in a you know,
For sure.
a whip. I can't even talk. In a snap.
Thanks, man.
Blah blah. Sorry. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you.
I love this so much, dude.
you'll be back on your feet and a whip it.
Oh God!
I mean,
dude.
a snip, a snap, shoot. You'll get back in your tracks very soon.
Dude, I've been down and out lately. You know, I've been feeling a little low, and this got me right back to where I need to be. So, shouts to Dave Slizot, shouts to Perry Caravello. This really made my week. Oh shit! Speaking of making my week,
Instagram alert.
I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
our dog, Richmond John, with the 99.99 gaygram alert, says to pay Perry his appearance fee, not for Othello. Thank you. I mean, I'm sure Perry will appreciate that. But yeah, Richmond John is the only other guy I know who appreciates Windy City Heat and Perry Caravello. Shouts to you, Richmond John. Fucking love you, dog. Oh shit, we got another one of these. Hold on, hang on one second.
Gaygram alert.
I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Our guy Mike Cook with the 49.99 gaygram alert. He says, "Baby needs her Yehudi." Yeah, you better put in a call to Yehudi Judy.
Yeah. I hope she's coming home soon.
When did she leave the house?
I just don't. Oathman, it would serve me better if I don't get into details.
Okay. All right, cool.
It's not her fault. Let's just put it that way. But this night out was a little bit delayed by about 2.5 hours.
Got you. Okay. Well, whatever. It is what it is. Shouts to Dave Slizot for hooking that up, man. That was fucking awesome. Richmond John, Mike Cook for the gay grams. Love you guys. All right.
Yeah, we do have plenty of topics to get to. I'm sorry. I know I'm super distracted. I'm trying to focus.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. We can do the show. We are professionals, you know. We've done it. I think that okay, I'm just gonna pull up my topics, and if you want to chime in, you can chime in.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. So all right, let me get to it real quick. Okay, I don't know if you remember this. Remember that tiny girl who's like she's like in a she's like a 20-something-year-old in a freaking 11-year-old's body. And
Yeah.
remember that girl?
Yeah. The one where we said like the guy who's like engaged to her is kind of a pedophile.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, because if anybody is going to date her and talk to her, you got to wonder, like, are they looking past her being in an 11-year-old's body, or are they looking towards it? Like, is that a perk or what? So she did an interview recently, and she actually covered that exact topic, which is the first time I've ever heard her like address it straight on. Like, here's how I deal with pedos. And I just thought it was an interesting clip. So let's hear what she has to say.
Be prey in this world. It's very easy to be prey in this world as a tiny little girl. And my parents taught me that from a very young age. They were like, look, any guy that's interested in you, any person that's interested in you, you have to read into them because there's a chance.
I mean, look how tiny she is, dude.
It's so creepy. Like, I just can't imagine wanting to fuck that.
Honestly, dude, I don't think there's any excuse for it. I know she's like 25, but dude, you are banging an 8-year-old. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. And I feel bad for her because, like, you know, she just wants to get it, right? But I'm sorry, you should be. God wants you to be destined to a life of like solitude.
Because there's a chance that it's about your size. I grew up knowing that, and that was scary. I was scared to date. I was scared to like flirt with anyone. I was scared to even be asked out. Like when I was asked out on the cafeteria the first day, I was like, "Are you a predator?" And I was like, I can't say yes. I can't say yes. And I was like,
what was the conversation like with your mom and your stepdad about dating?
when it finally came to having the conversation, they were like, "Look, people, when it comes to romantic things, are going to potentially view you differently. But what you want to look for is building a friendship, building a base. Because at the end of the day, it's not about looks.
Yeah.
You're going to get old.
Yeah.
You're going to get ugly. You're going to get grouchy. You're going to get crotchety." And they were like, you want to find someone who you can build a base bond with. And you're probably going to end up with someone who was your friend for a really, really long time. And then they finally decided that they like you. And that's going to be your situation.
No excuse.
I'm so sure you got to find somebody you want to build a baseball with.
Yeah. No. Baseball with. Yeah, there's no excuse. No excuse to hooking up with this chick because you know, if she wants Matt Starcheck says, "Love you guys. A weird ass topic to have while Lil Baby Shorts is crying in the background." That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know what?
Welcome to my life. It's like husband's like, you know, it'd be cool. If
Well, dude, I'm scrambling. I didn't know.
No, but it'd be cool if, like, during the month of Junkies, if we all asked them if they wanted to bang a tranny.
Oh, fuck off, dude. Fuck you. Don't pin that on me, you piece of shit. Fuck you, dude.
No, I know you're doing a good job.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Before, when we first talked about this, I was like, you know, she's got an adult's mind. Like, give her a chance. She needs to be loved too. I'm totally out on that. I've changed my position on it. There's no excuse for it.
Yeah. Well, if this is like an ESPN style debate show, I really can't take the opposing side because I'm completely in lockstep with you. Like, it's so weird. Like you said, it's like you're looking at an 8-year-old going, "Man, that bitch is hot." Like, I gotta get in them jeans, you know. And it's like, you should be arrested at the very least, and probably shot in the head because if you find her attractive, then what are your other attempts?
Well, have you ever?
Are you going to wheel up to an elementary school and go, "Hey, girl,
yeah,
let me get your number"?
Have you ever uttered the words, "Age is just a number"? Like growing up, talking to girls that are older than you or anything like that. Have you ever said anything like that?
No.
You know how that's like a line that dudes say to girls sometimes?
Yeah, but like, what's the context that it's usually used in? If they're reaching up in age or reaching down?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you tell a young girl that her age doesn't matter, yeah, it's creepy. So, yeah, it's usually when you're hollering at a older chick for sure.
Ages. Wait, hang on a second, baby. Age is nothing but a number.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Yeah, dude. You know what? The thing about her though, man, I don't know if you remember, her boyfriend is like, he looks like Matthew McConaughey. Like he's a dreamboat with like abs and stuff like that.
Wouldn't it be funny if it actually was Matthew McConaughey?
It's so weird because like no matter what, even if she speaks like an adult and she has like adult beverages and she's hanging out at the bar and whatever, like at the end of the day, you're still going to bed with an 8-year-old body. You know? It's like there's no way to get around that. You're a creep, you're a predator, no matter what.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey is like, the older I get, the chicks stay the same age. Been talking about 8-year-olds this whole time.
All right. Yo, Shorts, real quick. Can we get a quick update, a pulse on your week of fatherhood? Because we usually start the show with that. We didn't get a chance to because your baby was kind of being a boosh a little bit. But how's fatherhood been for you this week?
I resent that remark.
I'm sorry. You will start calling her that. Trust me.
It's been good. It's she's smiling more and more, which fucking rules, dude. Like, yeah. It started off like she would only smile at us when she had gas and she wanted to puke or poop.
Yeah.
But now she's just like smiling all the time, and nothing brightens her day better than like a little baby that's yours, looking up at you and going, nah.
Is it at like zings? Do you tell zings, or is she like
Yeah, I try to. Well, I mean, if I get one smile out of her, I try to come up with like a series of zings.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a little wacky face you do, or
no? I look at the camera and I go,
yeah. And that usually gets her going.
Yeah. It gets her all hot in the trousers.
Who makes her laugh more, you or she who shall not be named?
I mean, come on. Do you even have to ask that question?
Does she try? Does she try to make her laugh?
Yeah. She usually smiles like when she's getting her diaper changed and stuff like that, or like when she's having bath time.
Right.
Dude, one day, this was so funny. I was out driving for Lyft one night, and I get this like angry text, and it was like, well, yeah, you did miss bath time, and baby shit all over the bath. I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry I missed that.
All over the bathroom. Jeez.
Bathtub, in the bathtub.
Bathtub. Oh, okay.
It was just like, so I had to clean up the bathtub later. She just left it all in there, and I was like, ooh, fair.
Dude, that's pretty standard. I mean, babies poop in the bathtub all the time.
Sometimes 38-year-old pantses do too.
Our guy Ernesto sent in one of these bad boys.
I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
About that girl. Does she represent the Lollipop Guild? Yeah, dude. I mean, you know, maybe I shouldn't have talked about that topic. You know what we can talk about, though? You know, it's a good one.
I got plenty of silly topics right at the top of the show sheet.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't want to. Oh, you know what, dude? Can we talk about Coachella real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, I get sized to talk about Coachella. All right. Here we go. Now, I think I brought this up to you on Tuesday, but we never got a chance to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you want to introduce this topic? Go ahead.
Dude. This is your topic.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we talked about this the other day about how Klarna and Affirm and all those services where you can finance purchases are starting to work with Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe DoorDash. where people can buy meals on layaway. They can pay for Taco Bell orders and installments and shit like that. And so it was a whole discussion about like, you know, how bad that is for people and how crazy times are getting. And apparently I saw this right after. I saw this like a couple days later. Coachella happened like last week. And apparently 60% of Coachella attendees financed their tickets to attend the festival, according to Billboard. So they used a similar service, probably Klarna or something like that, to pay for the tickets in installments, which is pretty wild. Now let me see this video real quick because I haven't seen this video, but I wonder if it's going to show like highlights from.
Was that Dane in a wheelchair?
Now, okay, so it's just people being drunk at Coachella. Now, this is interesting for two reasons. We were just talking about people financing ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
But also, half of IDM, one of the hosts is a Coachella alum.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, Coachella tickets, if I can remember correctly, I went in 2018. We stayed the entire weekend. It was like a Friday night, Saturday night, leave on Sunday. And if I remember correctly, tickets for the entire weekend at the time were about $300, which is
my God, dude.
Pretty expensive. But keep in mind, you're not paying for a hotel. You're paying for the exclusive right to sleep in a tent in the sand in the middle of a desert.
Well, look at this. Look at this shit. I just Googled how much are Coachella tickets. Coachella weekend passes for April 18th to the 20th are priced at $541 to $663. A single day pass for April 18th, which is today, can range from $964 to $1,035.
God damn.
While day passes for April 19th and 20th can cost $773 to $1,026. What the fuck, bro? All right, so you went when it was like you said, like half that price. Oh shit, Shorts just left. Now, me personally, I would never go to Coachella. That sounds like the worst time in the world. Let's be honest. Shorts just went because you know who forced him to. And that's okay though. You know, when you're dating. What's up?
I aborted the baby mission.
Oh, okay. All right. You just left her outside. She's in the front. She's on your doormat right now.
It's a nice night outside. Great weather.
Yeah, she'll be fine, dude. Just put her in a nice hammock, a nice little John McAfee poop hammock. She'll be fine.
All right, I'm locked in.
All right, bet. So I was talking about Coachella and how like great of an idea it was for you to go, and how you had an amazing time. That was like what, like 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, the if people want to Google it, I think it was 2018, but the headliners were Beyonce, the Beehive.
Mm-hmm.
She had some really annoying dance that she did with like 50 people on stage.
Uh-huh.
But I respect it. Whatever, girl power, girl bosses, unite. Yeah. Whatever. The Weeknd, he was pretty tight, and who's that rapper out of Texas? The white guy that's got the tattoos all over his face. He's like in Bud Light commercials with Shane Gillis right now.
Post Malone,
yeah. He was on like the side stage at the time. So just to give you an idea of like, he was just starting to break out.
Oh, wow.
And it was the same weekend that Avicii died.
Oh man, that's crazy. Was there was there a big announcement and like the crowd all reacted to Avicii dying at the same time, or?
There was one guy, I forget his name. He was a DJ. He had this popular song at the time called Star Chaser or Stargazer. Stargazer. He mentioned it, but nobody had like a tribute ready for him, which I thought really was indicative of the times. It's like,
That's
I'm
so
sure,
true.
I'm sure these are musicians. They can't even put together a tribute with like 24 hours notice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't have time to work on their playlist. So that's interesting.
But we'll just come out and say how great of a guy he was. Oh yeah, and in the last night it was Eminem, 50 Cent, and Dr. Dre, I think.
Yeah. Now I got to be honest with you, dude. You couldn't pay me enough to go to Coachella. Well, actually, I'd probably do it for like $2,000. But it seems like such a it seems like the worst parts of Burning Man mixed with the worst parts of the Juggalo Festival, but like sprinkled in with like, I don't know. It just seems so fucking awful, dude.
Well, just keep in mind too, some like the hottest chicks in the world are there, just walking
I
around.
mean, what are you gonna do? Fuck them? Like, you know.
I mean, we're on a live podcast right now. If I did or would have, I wouldn't admit to it right now.
Okay, here's what I'll say. If I was a single man and
I fucked them all.
If I was a single guy and I was get huge club shape and I was a happy person, sure, Coachella sounds amazing. But for who we are, you know, it seems like the worst time in the world. First of all, the hot ass weather, having to sleep in hot ass tents.
Yeah.
Sharing public restrooms, you know, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, all that stuff is terrible. I mean, honestly, the whole experience, if you're not a millionaire, is terrible. Besides like the music and the food is pretty awesome. You know, I think I got like a beard trim at one point from like a professional LA barber in a tent somewhere. That was okay. But the going to bed and it turning like 40 degrees at nighttime and then you're forced to wake up at 6 a.m. because all of a sudden it's 110 degrees out of nowhere.
Ugh.
And you're sleeping drunk on a desert floor.
Yeah.
There's bugs crawling everywhere. That part sucks ass.
Oh, man.
I in all adness, it was cool to experience one time. I was happy I did it. I would never.
Wait, we lost you. Plug in your thing.
Can you hear me?
Keep talking.
You got me? Hello?
Not really.
How about now?
Keep talking.
How about now?
No.
How about now?
Okay, there you go. What's up, player?
So, what was the last thing you heard?
I'm not sure. You were talking about the waking up in the hot ass weather.
Yeah. So I was happy I did it once. I would never do it again. But it was a fun place to do bits for sure because I was so fat and out of shape at the time. And my beard was just out of control. I was like, how am I going to fit in with all these hot ass people? Now, my answer to this was I can craft a bit around this. And it was right when Netflix had just dropped that show, Wild Wild Country, about the Bhagwan, which was like an Indian cult leader that tried to take over some town in like Wyoming or something.
Yeah.
So I dressed up as the Bhagwan, the Badwan, and then I got to tell you, somebody. I'm not even going to mention who. Somebody was really upset about it. somebody does not like being around somebody who's the bit center of attention everywhere you walk.
Yeah. Actually, Dave Slizot, perfect segue into what I'm about to pull that shit up, Jamie. What was your outfit to Coachella? I have it right here, actually. All right.
Yeah, so I went to the one Walmart in town. It was about 20 minutes away. I bought some red sheets and I draped them around myself like a toga. And people were looking everywhere I went. And then I would just give them like a little prayer sign emoji with my hands.
Uh-huh.
And say some Hindu shit and be like,
well, you fucking me, I fuck you.
yeah,
Bloody bastard.
And then I would shit diarrhea into my hand and then scoop it into my mouth and call it.
Now, can I ask you, what is that wrapped around your arm?
I think that was like the wristband or something that you had to have. I can't remember. Can't really see it.
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like at Coachella, people would be doing bits everywhere, right? Like people are dressed wacky everywhere you look.
No, they're all just trying to fit in. It's the height of like pop culture. Everybody's dressed like as best they can to look like the Kardashians or imitate the Kardashians.
Yeah.
So I might have been the only guy doing a bit in the entire like fairgrounds or whatever.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I don't think I spotted any other bitmeisters out there.
Dave Slizot says, I remember this picture. I talked to your vagina about it at a summer dress party. She said, quote, "This is not who I agreed to be with."
I disagree. I think it's exactly who she agreed to be.
All right, here's another picture. That's a great picture, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was so pissed.
your beard is so crazy.
So I mentioned I got the beard trim because you can see I have the shaved head there already.
Right.
That was after I begged and pleaded. I said, please give me full 24 hours as the Bhagwan. And then we'll figure something else afterwards. And then the afterwards part was we walked around to all the different vendor tents and then found a barber, and then he had to shave the whole beard off.
What was it? Was it comfortable wearing this?
No. I mean, it'd probably be better than wearing sweatpants in the desert, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
no.
one time when I was in a frat at Temple, I remember having a toga party, and it was fine. It was comfy, but I feel like in hot ass weather it would be nice. You get a little like breeze underneath your,
Yeah, that part was all right. I mean, again, I really thought there were going to be other people doing bits there. So
yeah.
I stood out like a sore thumb in the worst kind of way.
You're like, where's the bit tent?
But I feel like it was. I'm telling you, that Wild Wild Country documentary was so popular at the time. There were so many people that knew exactly, without me explaining, what I was going for. And I was walking around giving people high fives and shit like that. I mean, it was really to keep my own sanity for the weekend. Yeah, there's me and a security guard.
You are, what'd you say? His name is the Rajneesh?
It was a Rajneesh, yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, that is the one thing about shorts that
He's so pissed.
that's the thing about shorts, dude. I've said this before on the show. You are the most committed to a bit of anyone that I've ever met. Like, I remember when we went down to Dewey with Brett Oliverio and all his people. You busted out the patriotic Speedo.
Oh yeah.
Just completely like nobody asked you to do it or anything. You just busted it out and you were walking up and down the shores of Dewey Beach, and everybody was staring at you.
By the way, a Speedo, if you've got let's say a Lex Luger tiny package,
Yeah.
is not the best thing or the most flattering thing to be wearing.
Right. Is it just these 3 pictures, or are there more? Hang
I think that was it. Yeah.
on. Okay. Yeah. Great bits, dude.
So yeah, now you can finance your own trip to Coachella for, I guess, 5 monthly or yearly installments of $600.
Would you ever go back again? Like, would you ever do it again?
Not without like a camera. I would go only for bits.
Not to enjoy yourself.
No,
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's so hard to sleep on like the
Yeah,
desert.
dude.
It's so hard. And plus, like, that feeling you get when you're trying to go to sleep when you're drunk too.
Mhm.
'Cause that's the only thing to do. You just chug beers because it's hot as balls, and you're just trying to forget how hot it is.
Yeah.
And how much it sucks showering in community showers. Oh, God, that was awful too.
Were they clean or were they dirty?
I mean, as clean as community showers can be, that's serving thousands of people a day.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's basically like a tractor trailer that they line with shower stalls, individual shower stalls inside.
This is going to be a weird question. Was there a girl who stood out as the silliest chick there to you? Like when you think back and you're like, oh man, that chick was unbelievable. Is there a girl that sticks out in your mind?
No, not really. Plus, I'm not really good at like remembering specific things on site like that.
Yeah.
If I were to scroll my pictures, I'm sure I've got photos in there from that time period. But
Yeah.
that
No, I was just curious if like an Asian chick was the hottest chick you saw there.
Oh, dude, have you ever been to Los Angeles? There's so many. It's like Asian Mecca.
Yo, before we wrap, can we? I want to get back to doing the checking in with the dogs bit. So can we do the shout outs right quick? Richmond John says, can you point me in the direction of the Bit Day tent? The Temple of the Dog. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I was proud of you for doing this, by the way.
We got into a terrible fight because like the first night, I was blackout drunk and I don't know, somebody was nagging me.
Yeah.
I was like, there was a Mom's Spaghetti stand there. Yeah, M&M's thing or whatever.
Right.
It was like a pop-up version of what he has in Detroit.
Right.
And I was like, shut up. I just want Mom's Spaghetti. Can we get Mom's Spaghetti already? And she's like, we're standing in line for Mom's Spaghetti right now. We're literally in line. We've been in line for 45 minutes. Like, all right, we'll just stop talking until I get Mom's Spaghetti.
How was it? How was Mom's Spaghetti?
It was very ordinary.
Yeah, that's what I figured, dude. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's hard to make like fast casual pasta, you know?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't worth waiting in line an hour for.
I feel like at Coachella, you'd have to wait in line a long ass time for everything, no?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, the whole, again, 90% of the experience sucks ass.
Here's the thing, though, and here's the honest,
like off in like the private celebrity area where they're like cordoned off from everybody else.
Did you tell them that you work at 106.7 The Fan?
Excuse me. I'm a bit of a kind of pseudo local celebrity.
Yeah, guys, and you hand them your CBS radio business card.
It's a promotions coordinator. Guys, I see how many cords it takes to unfurl here. This concert work. Let me just say props to you.
You're like, excuse me, do you have any t-shirts that need handing out?
Take me to Justin Bieber, please.
All right, let's check in. Let's check in with the dogs real quick. All right.
Slazat says, excuse me, have you ever heard of The Download, which I'll go ahead and add, is featured prominently in Washington, D.C. at 7 a.m. on Saturday mornings? Dude, I forgot about this. I did that show on the weekends for so long. It was such a giant waste of time, but I do feel like in some way it helped make me a better solo host.
Yeah.
Talking to myself for an hour, but about God knows what. But one time, CK pulled me into his office on like a Monday morning after an episode, like 2 days after an episode had aired. And he goes, "You're not going to believe this." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Somebody with a PPM meter loves the download." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Dude, you've got legit ratings on Saturday mornings." And I go, "Is this one of those things you're doing just to convince me to keep doing a show for free on Saturday mornings?" And he goes, "No, I'll show you the metrics." Come here. He pulled up his laptop and it was like nothing from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. and then 7 a.m. pops up and there's like a giant spike and then 8 a.m. back to nothing. And I was like,
damn, son, that's awesome.
And I was like, "So is it sellable? Can we loop sales in?" And he was he was like, "No."
God damn it, dude.
Excuse me, sir. Have you ever heard of the download? All right, good.
All right, let's check in with the dogs right quick.
It's time for our big time P1 shout out.
For dogs for supporting IDM. IDM is only made possible with you supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/IDMpod. Shout outs to our $8 tier, including our guy Alex, AJ McCown, Alex Davis, Brendan Cooney, Brendan Smith. Shout outs to Brent Wenzel, Brian Altman, Brian Bus Tees, Carlos N. Shout outs to Chris Eller, Danny Loudermilk, David Slat. Shout outs to Don DeMarco, Ernesto Ladon, Craven Moorhead. Shout outs to Hooking It to Minka. Shoutouts to James M, Jen Montana, Get on My Hype. Shouts to JP Flame, Kevin Smith, Korean John, Chris Stein, M_Jizzle, Matt Broderick's, Matt Starchick, and Matt Starchick. Shoutouts to Peter Rosencrantz, Phil J, Reggie, and our guy Brad Paints This, whose artwork you can find at Instagram.com/Brad Paints This. Shoutouts to Sean Kibler, the Gulf of Ron America, William, and our guy Lubomir. That's our $8 tier. You guys can subscribe to IDM right this very second for as little as $5 on patreon.com/IDMpod. Love y'all.
Hell yeah. All right, real quick, let's check in with the dogs. Again, if you're subscribed to the Stratreon, you can access the super secret supporter chat where we all send each other funny messages and images and things like that. We forgot to do this last week or so, but I wanted to check in. All right. D-Tet. Oh, this is a quote from one of our past shows. "No offense to anyone who beats their kids."
That was an Oathman quote. Yeah. I think it's better without context.
Casey, does anyone know if it's possible to access Stratreon episodes via Spotify? I don't know, but that is something we will look into.
No, to answer that question, because I reached out to Casey directly about that, we can link our Patreon to Spotify. I've been short on time, but I'm going to try to work on that this weekend, hopefully. So, yes, we can get IDM episodes on Spotify. I just got to kind of put the groundwork in. So, yes.
Ryan posts this meme from Seinfeld. It says, "Is it? Could it? It is." And it's them looking at a piss stain on his couch. That looks so much like the piss stain that was in your car.
Yeah, from the lift ride of those annoying Spanish chicks from Manassas. Yeah, that is the Seinfeld Poppy is a Little Sloppy episode, a very famous episode.
Yellow Lead Footer. I could see having a Pop the Balloon live podcast with you two providing commentary to be hilarious. That's a good idea, dude. Oh, I forgot to mention, man. So we talked about this like 2 weeks ago. The Pop the Balloon live Netflix show is getting crushed. They're saying it's the worst shit ever. They say it's a gentrified, watered down version of the show that we're all used to.
This is what we were worried about.
Yep.
When we talked about this on Patreon a couple weeks ago, we were worried about Hollywood kind of getting their fingers on it. Those Hollywood executives, they love to get their fingers on good projects and ruin them, giving their notes to make it more mainstream. They end up taking like the perfect recipe and just sullying it completely.
Holy. Our girl Jim go ahead, sorry.
It's really unfortunate to hear.
Our girl Jim Montana, something for the art lovers. It's a girl with a painting of Pikachu.
Yeah. Nothing else to see there, of course.
All right, you want to hear something, dude? I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything. I saw this picture like 2-3 days ago. And let's just say I did my research, because how am I not going to do my research? I mean, her name is Tori Trevino, right?
Okay.
Tori space Trevino, Trevino. Now, needless to say, a lot of people are going crazy over her on the internets, on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
This is gonna blow your mind. She has an OnlyFans, right?
Okay.
Does that blow your mind?
I mean, are there nudes on the OnlyFans?
Yes, but here's what's actually gonna.
Is it just her boring artwork?
No. But here's what's actually gonna blow your mind. She is not real. She's AI.
Oh no!
Isn't that crazy?
Wait, so she's a fake AI person, computer person, who also happens to have, I guess I would have to assume, an AI OnlyFans?
Yeah, dude. She has an OnlyFans that is straight up fake pictures. Here, I'll even pull that shit up, Jamie, right now. I'll pull up her Instagram.
That is so.
This is her Instagram. 161,000 followers.
Okay. Go to that next photo. All right. Now I can see this as being computer generated. She's got like a size 12 waist. And I mean 12 inches. And like quadruple X boobs.
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
But dude, isn't that crazy? Like, dudes are signing up and paying money for it blows my mind, dude.
So who's running it? Is it just some very smart dude?
Probably some Pakistani dude who's just, fucking collecting fat checks off of these fake fat boobs. Look, it's insane.
Pakistani busties.
Bucky busties. Yeah, so anyways.
This is why we say, guys, on IDM all the time, media literacy matters. You can't just be throwing your money away on fake busties. I mean, it's bad enough there's a lot of fake busties out there to begin with, but now there's fake computer busties.
Yeah.
You got to do your research like Othello does.
But dude, I feel like AI just hit the scene like a year ago, and they've already figured out how to make fake OnlyFans chicks like this. Anyways, it's crazy to me.
Meanwhile, they can't even figure out how to make my fake action figure of Othello BT Father of the Year. I mean, it's like
You try to do it.
they've got the kinks worked out on all the wrong parts of AI.
Corey Rita says JP giving Shorts' booming Lyft career a quick shout out this morning. Oh shit! Did you hear that?
No, I missed that one. I think it was like last Thursday or Friday or something like that. But
Yeah.
I couldn't. I looked for it. I couldn't find the clip.
All right.
Because the Lyft, I haven't been able to listen live as much. So, oh wait, what was that last one?
Oh, you want to read that? Okay. All right. One more here. It's a screenshot. It's from Shortsy. It says, AI summaries are such a life upgrade. Also, I'm a huge fan of anything Housewives Bravo related, despite whatever I say on the show. This is your reminder that I'm a fraud and will put jokes over friendship every single time. Hands.
Now, what is the AI summary text read to you?
It said,
Because
it says,
an explainer, I finally upgraded my phone, and so now I have AI summaries to summarize threads of like 10 to 12 texts at a time. And it's a great feature. And I would say that this is not only accurately describing the texts that you sent me on this day, but it's almost kind of looking into your personality a little bit and describing it perfectly as well.
It says, a text from Brothello Boucher 32 minutes ago. AI summarizes it as feels criticized for opinions on housewives, requests to delete last 4 texts.
I was surprised because this was following the Tuesday episode. Now, you were here in my house. If I feel like, if you had an issue with something I said on the podcast, you could have just said it to me directly, but you waited about 6 hours, went home, and you were like, dude, what the fuck was with that Housewives take you had?
Yeah, I didn't realize it bothered me that much until later.
Feels criticized about
You fucking asshole.
I was like, in my head, I'm like, wait a second. You were like, all right, should I just level with people?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You were like, dude, it feels like you've been attacking me a lot on the show lately. It kind of reminds me of working with Chad Dukes. And I was like, okay. And in my head, I'm thinking, this is like, I listened back to it, and I was like, this is standard issue IDM episode. We're both busting each other's balls. You would call me bald in the same episode. Like, I was like, why does he feel particularly attacked? And I had to sit on it for a couple days, and I was like, okay, I think he's just kind of feeling extra sensitive right now. He got laid off. He doesn't know about his future. Let me just give him a pass here. And I was like, I'll lighten up. I'm sorry.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, dude, I said I'm being emotional like 20 minutes after I sent you those texts.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You know what? I'll just tell people what you said.
Okay. All right. A peek behind the curtain. The IDM curtain.
All right, you go. Dude, what was that bit acting like I'm gay for having an opinion about housewives? Now, in fairness to you, it was assumed in my head. We've talked about how much we love Bravo so many times. I was like, I'm just going to flip the script and say something different because I'm tired of us both agreeing on how great Bravo and the Housewives universe is. It is gay. You go, I love you, and the shows have been fun, but I feel like we're falling into that you shit on me for everything I bring up zone a little bit. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
You're disarming. You're trying to disarm me by going like bringing up something that seriously bothers you, and then also adding a ha 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 at the end.
Oh yeah, being a huge asshole. LOL.
I'm sorry if I'm being gay saying that. Ha ha ha. I just don't want to start being hesitant to bring topics up because you'll shit on them, and I just started to feel that way the past couple of weeks a little bit. Minutes later, you say, "I'm probably being sensitive." Minutes more later, you say, "Please just delete those last 4 texts." You're a funny dude, man.
Thanks, man. You're funny too. All right, man. We barely got to any topics, but my favorite topic of every week is giving a shout out to our boy, our guy, our dog, the one and only Money Month.
In Northern Virginia, where the sun always shines.
Next time you guys are in the market for a plumber, you need to look no further than our own Money Mike Cook, the title sponsor of IDM. Since the very beginning, Mike has supported IDM, and if you support Mike Cook by giving him your plumbing business, you are supporting IDM directly. Mike has owned and operated his small business all over Northern Virginia for the past 20 plus years. No job is too large or too small. Mike is licensed and insured. That's so important. There's so many jamokes out here trying to steal your money and do a shitty job. They don't have the backing of Virginia behind them, the Commonwealth. Mike does. You don't need to take our word for it. Take the word of all the countless IDM listeners who have given Mike a call and taken us up on our offer, taken us up on his offer, because Mike Cook has a very special offer for you today. He will not only show up to your house for free and give you a free estimate, whether it's damaged piping or you want to renovate, completely remodel, put in a brand new bathroom in your house and you don't know how much the piping is going to cost you. Mike will show up for free, give you a free estimate, and if you decide to give him your business, you mention to him, "Hey Mike, by the way, I heard about you from IDM." Well, you just earned yourself an extra 10% discount off the top. Mike Cook is a great guy. He does great work. I've seen it myself in person out on the job site. Trust Mike Cook with your business, and you'll never need to hire another plumber ever again. That's my promise to you. Give Mike a call, 703-501-1926. That's 703-501-1926. I apologize. I know this was a bit of a chaotic episode, but we'll straighten shit out on the Patreon and 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We'll see you over there. Right now, patreon.com/IDMpod. Love y'all.
Sponsor of IDM's big show. Dial 703-501-1926. Let him know. Mention IDM, get 10% off your fee.